Hey everybody, it's Lillian. I hope that you are doing well. As you can see, I've got a new look for you. It was my first time doing a cut crease with these colors. This is my first time using the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. I hope that you enjoy this video. If you like this look, please stick around. All right, here we go. I'm going to put just a little bit of eyeshadow primer. I haven't used eyeshadow primer in a while. So what I'm going to use is this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer all over the lid. Let's put it all over. Palettes are pretty good, so I don't think I'll have much problem. So I'm not trying to use a whole lot of product, but just enough to make sure that the eyeshadow will have something to adhere to. And so I'm going to use the Morphe M441 brush, and I have several of them that have the white tip, I guess you could call it, but this is M441. And so looking at the picture, she has like purple at the top, then she kind of graduates in to that dark purple, and then that pop of orange is in that crease with using the cut crease, and she kind of just blends it out. So it's really beautiful shades, so I'm looking forward to using them. What I want to do first is I want to go in with one of those lighter colors. It is, let me see, looks like I see some, maybe that is, I want to say that is pink. So I'll go in first with Tipsy Girl. I'm going to go in first with Tipsy Girl, and I'm going to put that's going to be my transition shade for the most part. Okay? Got my mirror here. All right. Really showing up, so that's a good thing. I think this palette was only like $39. I want to say it was $39, but of course I usually buy all of my products. They're usually on sale some kind of way, whether there's an email with a code or something. So I know I didn't pay $39 for it, but I think it was one of those where you could get 20% off, so it wasn't real expensive. It's okay to spend time blending. Don't try to rush through this if you want it to be kind of seamless. All right, so don't try to rush through. Just make sure you really give some time to build that color. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's quite a bit of color. Y'all excuse my ashy hands. But they are clean. How are you all doing? This is, I know for me, it's like week number 7 where we are quarantined, even though the governor here has said that we could go out and things like that, and some other companies have, some other businesses and companies have opened up and things like that, but I'm not going back out. Our church actually is still not having service. And so we just thought that that was the safest thing for all of us to do, to just pretty much stay at home, and we don't really go anywhere unless it's for food or something like that. So as you can see, that pink is really vibrant. It's not overbearing. I do like that, because one thing that I did want to do was do a pretty good job blending. It will be seen, but hopefully it will kind of make sense even though it's on my dark skin. Okay, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna try, I think I want to try to go in with Therapy Sesh. I'm gonna go in with Therapy Sesh. All right, and so using pretty much that same brush. So I'm just gonna wipe it off really good. I have this is by Sonia Kashuk. It's like a little sponge where you can wipe off your brush to kind of clean it a little bit. Using that same brush, I'm going to go in with a lighter purple, and it's Therapy Sesh, okay? So let me just dust that. Okay, I am seeing some fallout in here, but as you can see, it really got onto that brush. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to make sure that I do have two distinct colors. So if you see less of the pink, like if you can't see the pink anymore, it's okay to go back and make sure that you have it. Once those colors are on, it's better to build than to try to take it away, because that's almost impossible, all right, when you're trying to complete a look. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of pink and come up a little bit higher with that pink, just a little bit, and just lightly dab that on. Right. See, now I can see that it's two totally different colors. Well, not totally different, but two separate colors. You know what I mean? Okay, so next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a dark purple. I like this, Not My Journey. So what that is, that's the darkest shade in this palette. And so I'm going to get a dense brush to make sure that that color goes on really, really dark. I want it to be really, really nice and rich. Looking at Jackie's picture, hers is very, very rich. And so I'm going to go in with a dense brush. This one is, I like this one a little bit better. This is M321. This is the M321 brush by Morphe. And so, and I love Morphe brushes. I use them all the time. So what I'm going to do is go from my inner V, and I'm going to go in to my crease. I am going to go a little bit higher than my crease because my eyes are hooded, and I don't have a lot of space, as you can see. So I am going to go just a little bit higher, and then we'll go from there. So I'm just dabbing. I didn't put anything on the brush except for this shadow. So I'm really just dabbing the color. My crease, I can feel it right here, the socket, the eye socket, but I'm actually going to go just a tiny bit, go up just a little bit. And see, I'm not sweeping at all yet. Just dabbing the color in. See, I'm kind of showing you where my eye is. You want that color to be on top of that crease just a little bit, especially if you don't have a lot of space. Does it look like it's matching my shirt? For my nails, I'm wearing these press-on nails by Kiss. So no, I did not go get my nails done. And I probably won't for a little bit longer. All right. I know that in her crease you can see some orange. You can see, I think she has like orange, as you can see there, she's got orange, a little bit of maybe a peach blending into that purple. So her colors are really flowing. So what you don't want is, for this particular look, the only thing that you want really cut and really sharp is going to be that crease area, and then everything else will kind of blend really seamlessly. So that's what it looks like. So we're going to see if we can create that look. What I'm using to create that look is I'm going in with this p.louise base. I have the color Rumor 3. This is Rumor 3. I see that many people are using 2. Some people are using 1. But I thought my skin tone is a little bit darker, so I'm going to go in and use Rumor 3. I did get 2, but for this I just want to use 3 to see what it's going to do. I also have a brush from p.louise, and this is the Acid Rain. This is the yellow one, but this is just going to help me to be able to smooth it out, to be able to smooth out the eyeshadow base. Okay, so let me get started on that. Just going to touch it. Okay. It definitely covers up the eyeshadow. Hey, hon. Hello. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to look up, and hopefully that'll give me the right line. Uh-oh, see? I already did it. Okay, here we go. Okay, as you can see, it gave me exactly where I should go. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to draw down. All right, and that shows me where my crease should be. Okay, there we go. See that? That makes it really, really easy. That's gonna be my little trick, so I won't put it in the wrong place. Have you all heard of p.louise? I've seen that a lot of people like to use it. One thing that I was wondering, does it crease? It definitely, it's definitely thick enough to cover the purple that we have on. But I want to know if it creases. Has it creased on you? Do you use it? Have you ever purchased it before? If you do, if you have, or if you do use it, please let me know in the comments. What are some things that you suggest? I did see that, I made a mess with that one. I did see that she has the base in other colors, but I didn't think it was really necessary for me to get the other eyeshadow bases. Hopefully Rumor 3 will be able to get the job done. I don't know if I'm supposed to let it dry. I don't have a clue. Let's see. And it doesn't say. I don't know. Oh well. Okay. I don't want to crease it while it's still tacky. I do feel that it's still a little wet. It does feel like concealer. It feels like a thick concealer. That's what it kind of feels like. So I don't want it to crease at all. So I'm just going to keep holding my eyes like this till I figure out what those colors were from the picture. All right. So from the picture, she had like a deeper orange closer to the inner corner of her eye. So she went probably not even halfway, just a third of the way. She had a deeper orange, and then right here in the center, pretty much about right here, she has like a peachy pink type color, and then right there on the outer V, or the outer V, it's that deep purple. So what I'm going to go in with is maybe My Man. I think that's the one she used. My Man. That's the one I'm going to use. All right. So with that, with My Man, I'm going to go in with another. This is just another flat brush, but this is what I'm going to use for the eyeshadow. Definitely for that orange. I'm going to use the M167. This picks up color very, very nicely. Okay, I do see a little bit of creasing, so maybe you shouldn't wait. I didn't wait that long, but I'm just gonna dab it until everything is pretty much off my brush, and then I'll go in again with that color. When you have a palette where you're looking at colors and you can get that same color out of the palette, that's really important, because you don't want to be wasting money. I don't remember, was it Color Story? No, it wasn't Colourpop. It was some brand that I used. I think I purchased it from Target, and it had all these beautiful shades, but when I started using them, they weren't showing up. And see, that's a waste of money, because I'm not going to use that, you know. So you definitely want to be able to have a palette that's going to give you a great payoff. What I'm seeing in this one is it is. So this is a good investment if you like if you like colors. They also have some nude shades in here, so you can use it for that as well. But I do like that it has these beautiful pinks and purples and orange and even a yellow on there. That's pretty. So I'm just gonna go in dabbing. Dabbing. I was going into this quarantine, I was thinking about all the things that I wanted to accomplish. What did I want to complete? I knew that at first, with me being a teacher, I knew that we wouldn't be in school for at least 2 weeks, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, there's so many things that I could get accomplished, some things that I could complete, and things like that. But I didn't realize, I was telling my husband the other day, I didn't realize how tired I was. Like I really needed this break. I really needed this time. And so, you know, hopefully you all are just making the most of it. Just make the most of it. But I didn't realize that I was just exhausted. So as far as getting things completed, I have done my best to do some. Now there are some other things that I need to attend to, but this time has allowed for me to be able to just rest, which is something I don't get a lot of. So I was able to do that, and so that's really good. I don't know. I think this color is there. I think, can you guys see it? Does it look like it is? Does it look like we were successful with that vibrant orange color? I think it's good. So let's go into a shimmery type shade. It looks like maybe she has. So I'm not really sure. I'm just, sometimes I have to make the picture larger. But to me, she's got a kind of shimmery pinky shade. And to be honest with you, if you look at the palette, I don't see that color there. Not really. I mean, unless I use Bougie. That's kind of, Bougie is a little copperish, light copperish. I think that I'll use that one, or Drama Queen. That one's kind of a copperish, copper color too. So maybe I'll do that. Bougie and A Moment. These names are so cute. Okay, here we go. I did wipe off my brush, and I'm just going in with both colors. Yeah, I think that's kind of what it looked like. So I put Bougie first, and then I went in with A Moment. I see more Bougie than A Moment. So I'm going to go on top of that with a little bit more of A Moment. Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah, that looks a little bit more pink. There we go. So on this eye, what I'm going to try to do is I'll go in with Bougie first, and then I'll put A Moment. I'm not going to go from one to the other. All right. I'm just going to go from Bougie, put Bougie on, then I'll put A Moment on top, and let's see if that one does better. Put a little bit of powder on top of that. So what I have, Laura Mercier, this is the Translucent Deep. So it's a little bit closer to my skin tone, just to give it just a little bit of set right there in the areas, in my T-zone areas where I get really, really oily, because I don't want to, after all this work, I don't want to go in and be shiny and all crazy looking. All right, so I'm going to go in and just put a little bit in my T-zones. See that? And I love that because it does give me a little bit of coverage, so I don't have to use as much foundation. Today, I'm going to do something just a little different because I want to use my foundation, but I'm not going to use as much. It's hot outside. It's getting really, really beautiful here. I think it's supposed to rain tonight, but at the same time, I don't want it to just be, I don't want to use all of my foundation, not like I would in the winter. I do have some areas that are kind of dark. Up under my eyes are a little bit dark. I'm going to put some, this is the same e.l.f. concealer that I used on top of my brows. So I'm just going to dab it here to go underneath my eyes because I have some dark circles. All right, I'm going to use it here around my mouth areas like that, just to get an even complexion before I start on the foundation. Where is my, there it is. Haha. Okay. See that? Now they're not so, it's not so dark under my eye. This is not supposed to give me any highlight or anything, but I just didn't want it to be real dark around there. As you can see, my lips are dark. That's just, they've always been dark all my life, so just going in and covering that up, that gives me a little bit of a blank canvas, I guess. Company to cut entire grass is outside, so I hope that sound does not bother you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with Katsina. This is by Juvia's Place. It's just a foundation stick. I do like these. One thing that happens for me with foundation sticks sometimes is they do get a little oily. I know that you do need some emollient and things like that in it to be able to rub the product on your face, but sometimes they can get a little oily, so I'm going to make sure that I do set my face really well to kind of get rid of some of that, but just the places that I like to use it. And this one is not super deep to where it doesn't make any sense, you know what I'm saying, just super dark and then I have to do a whole lot of lightening. I didn't want that. Okay, so you see it's still kind of warm, which I like. And if you can tell from my other videos, I have been losing weight. So I have lost 20 pounds. Ha! Thank you, Lord. I've lost 20 pounds. I've been working, y'all. But at the same time, I want for my face to still look snatched a little bit more than it is. I have about 20 more. I think I want to go about 20 more. So I still have some things that I'm working on, but at the same time, I do kind of want to chisel my face just a teensy bit. Okay, so I'm just going to use a brush just to blend that in. Okay, I'm going up just a smidge, going down just a little bit, going up, going down. Okay, all of that. As you can see, this is a lot of product. Well, it's not a lot of product, but this is enough product to cover certain areas of your face. And what I would have done, if you think about it, what I would have been doing is I would have had foundation all over underneath this, and then done this, and I'm covering, you know, a large part of my face, you know, using this concealer or using this contour. And so, you know, I just don't want to waste product. I told you it's hard to get it to your house, so I definitely don't want to be wasting it. And in this time, if you think about it with all that's going on, and you know, I know that there's a lot and people are going through different things, and so if you're someone who has lost a loved one because of this horrible virus, you know, it's just you don't want to waste anything anymore. You know, I know for me, I've just kind of made that vow. I've just kind of made that declaration, I guess, for myself, that I don't want to waste. I don't want to be wasteful. And it's way bigger than makeup. Don't misunderstand me. But you don't want any wasted moments. You don't want any wasted time. No wasted money. No wasted, you know, resources. Make sure that in this time that you are taking advantage of what you do have. You know, so use what you've got. If you don't have the Jaclyn Hill palette, use something else. Use some eyeshadow. Use some, I mean, you know, a different brand or whatever. Put some concealer under it, honey. Use what you have. I think that's it's been a lesson for me, because going out to eat is not important anymore. That was something that me and my family would do at least once or even twice a week sometimes, if not more. But I mean, you know, just these things that we're going through now, it just shows how other issues or other things are not as important. So I say use what you got, you know. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to sit up here and do a whole face of makeup and then my foundation is gone because I wasted it. You know, take advantage of what you have. Use it. All right. So that's enough preaching. Here we go. All right. So what I want to do is I am not going to contour my nose with a with this stick. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go in with my nose on my nose just a little bit with something that's powder. I don't want that real chiseled. I don't need that. I don't want that. Now is I'm going to go in. Remember I told you earlier that I used the Born This Way foundation, not foundation, but this is the concealer, multi-use concealer. So what I'm going to do is this one is chestnut, so I'm going to use chestnut, and then we're going to blend that one out. So I'm just going to put a little bit here up underneath, and yes I am, let me say this, yes I am going over. Remember I used the e.l.f. concealer. That was just to kind of neutralize my color up under my eyes because I didn't want to have to use so much concealer. If I was going to layer it, I wanted for it to be layered in a way where I could kind of control it, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, down the bridge of my nose. Ooh, all right. I must be running out of it because it's not as much on my, okay, yeah. Blending out, I'm using that same sponge, Sonia Kashuk sponge. I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. This is in the color Blondie, so this is extremely light. This is not for people who are scared. You can't be scared with that, okay? You don't need a lot, but you got to go in with it, though. And kind of just press a little bit, but you definitely don't need a lot. You just want it to be set, okay? So I'm going to go in. As you can see, look at that. And that wasn't even a lot. So I like to tap a little bit off off on the top. Sometimes I'll even put some on the back of my hand and kind of roll my sponge. And then I'll set. See, it still gives you a good amount of coverage. I'm just going up the sides. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we better put some foundation on. I only need, now what I love about this is I really only need maybe a squirt or two. Okay. Usually I'll use like 3 to 4 squirts sometimes. What I'm using is the Tient Idole Ultra Wear. Okay, this one. The color that I use is 510. I love this foundation. It's a beautiful foundation, but if you get it from Sephora or really anywhere else, I think it's about the same price. This foundation costs $43. No, $47. So if I were you, I wouldn't be trying to, especially during this time. I only put 2 squirts during this time of the year. I definitely don't like using that beautiful foundation all over and then going on top of it with a whole lot of other things. Okay, so because I'm using foundation as my contour, I think we're good with what we have. Okay, so let's go in. I'm just gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in all the places where I do not have the foundation stick. Okay, which is right here, up underneath. I'm just gonna dot it there. Maybe here. I had some on my forehead. Just got some in my hair. That's okay. All right. So I'm just going to go in. I had some here. Had a little bit on top of that. So this, I'm actually using kind of the corner or the edge of this sponge. See that? Forever. This is the Makeup Forever matte velvet skin. This is the newer one. I think it just came out a few months ago. This is the matte velvet skin, and the color that I'm using is 535. Okay, so I'm just going to put this powder all over my face to set to set the foundation. Okay, I'm not using it for the contour. I'm gonna do something else for that. All right, I'm gonna use a little bit on top here, a little bit on top here. Okay, Mocha Mommy. Mocha Mommy, and this brush actually came from p.louise as well. It's a, they say it's a contour brush. I just like it because it's really free flowing. So I'm gonna use it for my, just to warm up the face just a little bit. And as you can see, I mean, it puts the product on there, but it's not so much, but it works. I mean, it'll warm up the face. I'm not going underneath my chin. Okay, just kind of dust it. Just kind of dust it. Blush. The blush I'm going to use, I love this palette. I love this palette. This is by Juvia's Place. This is the Saharan blush palette. It's volume 2. This is volume 2. I'm going to go into that tau, whatever, orange, that one. All right. Picking up the orange on my eyes. I don't want to go overboard. So, and I do very well to go overboard. So what you can do is you can use just a little bit of Yara, which is really a brown shade, and you can kind of top it just a little bit. Okay, I have not used this highlight in a while, so this highlight that I'm going to go back to is the Huda Beauty. This is the Golden Sands edition, the Huda Beauty. I'm just going to go in with something like Tahiti. I'm going to use Tahiti as my highlight. All right. All right. Okay, I have put on my lashes, line my eyes, line the bottom. I did put some mascara on the top and the bottom just to make the top, you know, just to make it melt, you know, make my eyelashes blend in with the falsies. So there we go. With my lips, I do see on the picture that she used something that was very, very, very nude. But what I did get from Sephora, it came in, just one of my orders, was this little set from FENTY, and they're just little glosses. So I was thinking, since I'm using so much orange and purple, I'm going to use this gloss to top over whatever I do that's kind of nude, okay? So I'm just going to use my Old Faithful. This is the Colourpop pencil. I'm going to use a little bit of BFF4, a little bit of BFF3, and we'll go from there. Okay. I'm overlining a little bit. Okay. I'm going to use something matte. This is by Milani. This is the color 61. It's called Matte Naked. Matte Naked. There we go. That's kind of my nude shade. All right. And I'm going to go in with this orange. This is the Gloss Bomb. This is in the color Cheeky. Did y'all hear my little one knocking at the door? I'm going to go over that. I don't want to mess up the colors. So. And I've never used these, so that's why I'm kind of wiping off the lipstick on my hand. Because I don't want to put it back and then it's brown on there. Just a little bit. All right. Her look was very, very matte, so I am going to use this Morphe setting mist. It is the mattifying continuous setting mist. So I'm going to do that, and let that dry. Okay, this is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed this little process, this process that it took for me to try to figure out how to do the cut crease on hooded eyes. So thank you so much for watching. One thing that I really do like is I do like this Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, although I wish they would have given me some better packaging. But anyway, I do like the product that's in the packaging, so I can get over that. That's no problem. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and like and subscribe. Give me some comments. Let me know if you're trying this look, and if you do try it, what are you using? If you don't have this palette, that's totally fine. Use what you got. Let me know. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in a later video. Bye.